Alstrom here, welcome back to more Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green. Last time, we boarded the SS San and got something very much needed to progress in the game. You see this gym here? All we want to do is go challenge it, but there's a tree blocking the way. If only we could do something about that. Well, last time, on the SS San actually, we got the HM for Cut, which is a field move, and this will be our first case to show what a field move does. Now, hidden moves. HM moves, when you teach them to a Pokemon, cannot be deleted. So, generally, you want to catch a Pokemon that you're not going to use on your main team and have that act as your HM person. So, this is the animation for teaching any move to a Pokemon via machine. As you can see. Now, when we select the tree, this tree looks like it could be cut down. Would you like to cut it? Rattata use cut. That is how field moves work. And now, we can go inside. So, I'm thinking, sure, we can keep Woodstock out, I guess. Let's see what the sign says. Vermillion City Pokemon Gym, leader Lieutenant Surge, the Lightning American. So, here's the thing, right? This being listed as American isn't all that far-fetched, actually. Because when you break it down, Kanto, which is the region in Pokemon that we're in, is based off of a real place, in the Kanto region of Japan. So, it's not entirely crazy to say he's a Lightning American. It's just weird to hear a real-world country referenced in Pokemon. But, moving on. I'm gonna head inside. Now. Yo, champ in the making. Lieutenant Surge has a nickname. People refer to him as the Lightning American. There it is again. He's an expert on electric Pokemon. Bird/water type Pokemon match poorly against the electric type. It's funny you say bird type because there's no such thing as the bird type, but when Pokemon was first being made, the flying type was originally going to be the bird type, but they changed it to flying for obvious reasons. Beware of paralysis too. Lieutenant Surge is very cautious. He's locked himself in, so it won't be easy getting to him. Let's see what this says here. Vermillion Pokemon Gym Leader, Lieutenant Surge. Winning trainer is Gary, of course. Now, let's take out the trainers, and then we'll get into the puzzle. You could hear someone walking in the background. Anyways, this is no place for kids, not even if you're good. So this gym, as mentioned, uses electric types. Now, electric type Pokemon are only weak to one type of Pokemon, ground types. So here are your two ways you're going to want to deal with this gym. You can either A, teach a Pokemon Dig with that TM you got after the second gym fight. Oh, wow. How did I not get paralyzed? I'm physically attacked. Okay. I spoke too soon. You could do that. Okay. Or... oh, that's great. So, anyway, back on track. You can either use the Dig TM, or you could go to Diglett's Tunnel and catch a Diglett/Doug trio. Both of those would know a ground type move, in particular Magnitude, which would be pretty good for this gym. And you could use that. So those are your two main methods of dealing with this gym. If you chose Squirtle as your starter, or if you're using Magikarp on your team and you evolved it into a Gyarados by now, don't bother. It's not gonna work, and neither is Pikachu taking out Pikachu. Let's see how Woodstock can fare against an electric type. It's not gunning for Thundershock, so nothing to worry about there. Woodstock manages to actually get a fight in this gym. So yeah, as mentioned, flying type Pokemon are not going to be useful in the gym fight, so Woodstock is gonna get rocked, just flat out. My main gunner in this gym is going to be my Mr. Mime, because, I mean, come on, it's Mr. Mime. I'm a lightweight, but I'm good with electricity. That's why I joined this gym. I'm sure that is why. So I'm not entering this gym with the same amount of confidence that I entered the Misty fight with because, yeah, I don't have a type advantage. I could, technically, this is an option. I could teach Dig to Pikachu. That is an option. And I did catch a Dugtrio, so I could just go bring in Dugtrio, but I'm afraid the Dugtrio route will make this a bit too easy because that Dugtrio is like level 29, so it's high level than anything on my team. So immediately off the bat, I'm giving myself an unfair advantage. But also with the Dig TM, that move Dig, I'm not going to be able to teach Dig to anything else if I do that, and there may or may not be a Pokemon on my team that can learn Dig, and I may or may not be considering teaching it Dig. And so if I teach Dig to Pikachu, it would have to stay on its moveset, because if I removed it later for a more optimal moveset, then that would just be a waste of TM that I'm not going to be able to get a duplicate of. So I figured, bump it. Let's just make this a relatively challenging fight. So another reason I'm not as confident with this gym as I was with Misty's gym is that the paralysis status is going to get tossed around here like crazy. Like, your Pokemon are going to get paralyzed left, right, and center, and this Magnemite is going to kill me. I maintain what I said in a previous video, that I don't like Magnemite. At least in terms of my team fighting Magnemites, because Magnemite just destroys everything. Let's see. Well, that's gonna kill Woodstock. Oh my goodness. Okay, you're seeing. This is going to be a challenging gym. Okay, thank God he didn't predict the switch and use freaking Thunder Wave. That would have been so annoying. Good lord. Everybody gains experience. Alright. Oh my goodness. Everyone got destroyed. Look at this. Like, can you see why I'm not as confident about this gym fight? Like, I don't know. When I was in the army, Lieutenant Surge was my strict CO. He was a hard taskmaster. What is wrong with me? Taskmaster. Ah. Right, Gentleman Tucker, our last trainer here, and he has a Pikachu. Should be easy enough. Use Confusion on you. And Magical Leaf. Great, that worked out pretty good, actually. I think Mr. Mime's actually going to get a level up from that, too. Yep. Mr. Mime's definitely going to be our MVP for the gym fight. Stop, you're very good. I am very good. That's the confidence I need to be hearing. Okay, so... yeah, I definitely need to go heal. So, I'm going to go to the Pokemon Center, and then we're going to come back, and I'm going to talk about this gym puzzle. Okay, so now that we are all healed up, let's talk about this gym puzzle. It's one of the most frustrating. Okay, so, as you can see, there are two lines of light that are blocking the path. It's not going to let us check it. Lights in different colors are flashing on and off. I mean, it looks pretty consistent. It's actually a blue shade. Anyways, so, in order to get through, we're going to have to shut off both of these generators to get a clear path to the gym leader. Now, the switch is in the bottom of each trash can. The switch is in the bottom of each trash can. At random. So, the switch locations in my save file are not going to be the same for yours. Now, you can start checking. Nope, there's only trash here. Nope, only trash here. Nope, only trash here. Hey, there's a switch under the trash. Turn it on. The first electric lock opened. Okay, now, we have found one. Now, typically the way this works is When you find a switch under a trash can, the second switch will be in an adjacent trash can. Now, if the next trash can you find isn't that second switch, the puzzle resets and you have to do it again. The second electric lock opened. The motor is still opened. Let's go. So, yeah. If that one wasn't the second switch, I would have had to do that puzzle again and would not have been in the same place. Not only is that frustrating, but it's so specific. I don't know who thought of that or how they came up with that idea because, again, that is very specific. But regardless, let's get our team ready. Mr. Mime's going to be our leader for this. Woodstock and Limburg aren't going to get a lot of action. Limburg is not going to be very type effective, and Woodstock is just flat out weak to his team. So Ivysaur and Mr. Mime, specifically Mr. Mime, are going to be my main guns in this fight. So let's do this. Hey kid, what do you think you're doing here? You want to live long in combat, not with your puny power. I'll tell you, kid, electric Pokemon saved me during the war. They zapped my enemies into paralysis. Pretty intense, buddy. You paralyzed them? I mean, granted, it is war. You kill people in war. That's just war, but considering it's Pokemon, you know, it's a pretty lighthearted game. Pretty intense. Pretty intense. That also confirms that if you're at a war in a Pokemon game, you can use your Pokemon on the soldiers, on the people. So that's a floodgate I don't want to get into. The same as I'll do to you. Don't do that. That would not be appreciated. Anyways, gym battle number 3. Leader Lieutenant Surge, the Lightning American. He's gonna start off with a level 21 Voltorb. Now this Voltorb is going to be pure electric type, soundproof for the ability, so sound-based attacks are not going to work. It's going to know the moves Shockwave, Screech, Tackle, and Sonic Boom. So Sonic Boom, of course, is deadly because that does 20 damage no matter what. Screech is annoying because Screech harshly lowers your defense. Tackle's whatever. And then there's Shockwave. So I'm going to put up a light screen so that special attacking moves like his electric type attacks won't hit as hard. Now, here's the thing. Shockwave. That's going to be the main attack for this fight. Shockwave is similar to Magical Leaf in that it never... Wow. Oh my god. Light Screen just nuked his team. Wow. Wow. Same type of attack bonus, that's all the damage you get. Wow. Anyways, and we got rid of his heal item. Shockwave will never miss. Bear that in mind. Anyways, I think we just nuked his team. We'll see. Pikachu is the second Pokemon, level 18. It's actually, I think, the weakest Pikachu in this gym. But regardless, this Pikachu... pure electric type, static for the ability, so don't make contact with it, and it's gone before I can explain it. Shockwave, Thunder Wave, Quick Attack, Double Team. That thing died before I could even... Okay, this is going a lot better than I imagined. That thing died before I could even finish talking about it. Oh my god. Yeah, if you don't take out that Pikachu as quickly as I do, that thing's gonna be really annoying. Almost as annoying as this. Yes, this is what Limburg will eventually evolve into. This is his final Pokemon. His level 24 Raichu. Pure electric type, static for the ability with the moves Shockwave, Thunder Wave, Quick Attack, and Double Team. Exact same moveset as his Pikachu. So, this thing can be a pain. It could spam Double Team, making it so that you just flat out can't attack it. Thunder Wave, of course, is going to be annoying to deal with because it's going to paralyze you. They're going to move second. Things of that nature. And yeah, it's gonna spam Double Team. And, you know, Quick Attack, it's a priority move. It could go first no matter what. And I'm using Magical Leaf because Magical Leaf, kind of like Shockwave, can't miss. I got this fight unlocked, though. Look at that. And yeah, wow. Just like that, Mr. Mime gives us our first victory, sweeping his first gym battle. And he's trying to learn Encore. Okay, so I'm not going to learn it, but Encore is an interesting move. Basically, it makes the foe use the move it last used repeatedly for 2 to 6 turns. So that locks your enemy into using the same move for like 2 to 6 turns. So, for example, say for instance that Voltorb in the beginning, it used Screech, and then I followed up with an Encore. That Voltorb would be forced to use Screech for like the next several turns. So it can be useful, but I'm not going to use it. No, that's a shocker. You're the real deal, kid. Fine then, take the Thunder Badge. Man, that went smoother than I could have hoped. The Thunder Badge cranks up your Pokemon's speed. It also lets your Pokemon fly lightning quick anytime, kid. You're special, kid. Take this. I'm toning down his voice because it was hurting my throat. TM34 contains Shockwave. Teach it to an electric Pokemon. While I could teach that to Pikachu, my stance on TMs remain present, so I'm not going to do that. Let's talk to you. Whew, that match was electric, I'll say. Vermillion, Pokemon Gym, Leader Lieutenant Surge, winning trainers, Gary and Alstro. I'll say. I think his trainers actually gave me a harder time than he did. Alright. And with that, we've taken down the third gym leader. Let's take a look at that badge, actually. Yeah, there it is. So I'm going to go heal, and don't worry, this isn't the end of the episode. We're going to do a little bit more. You may have seen him on our way out, but we have an aide here. Let's see what he has to say. Oh, hello, Alstro. How are you doing? It's me, one of Professor Oak's aides. Did you meet the other aide? He had a package from Professor Oak for you, Alstro. He said he'd look for you around Route 2, Alstro. If you're in the Route 2 area, please go look for him. I don't know why Oak couldn't have just given you the package, seeing as you found me without a problem and this other dude couldn't even get to me, but, you know, whatever. So, of course, to get to Route 2, you're going to want to have to take Diglett's Tunnel, so I'm going to just cut to us getting to Route 2 because you should know how to get there because it's pretty linear. I'll see you in Route 2. Alright, here we are on Route 2. Now, this is, of course, the house where we got Mr. Mime. But we weren't able to cut down this tree earlier, so let's go ahead and cut it down. Let's head down here, and we find a building. Awesome, folks. Once a Pokemon learns Flash, he can get through Rock Tunnel. Interesting. What do you have to say? Hi, remember me? I'm one of Professor Oak's aides. If your Pokedex has complete data on 10 species, I'm supposed to give you a reward. Professor Oak entrusted me with HM05 for you. So, Alstro, let me ask you, have you gathered data on at least 10 kinds of Pokemon? I have, because I was trying to get a previous objective done. Great! You've caught or owned 22 kinds of Pokemon. Congratulations. Here you go. HM05. HM05 contains the hidden move Flash. Flash lights up even the darkest of caves and dungeons. So, this is optional. You don't need this HM, but it does make both your life and my life way easier. We'll get into why later. Here we got an ether, of course, and here we have a paralyzed heal. Interesting. Anything else? That's it. And we can cut this here, and we'll see that we are in Route 2. And if we head down here, if I have my... Yep. We are now back in Vermillion City, and now that we can access the earlier areas of the game, I wanted to go through and just sort of show you what you can do now that you have cut. So, let's start off with this guy over here. Let's see, what did you have to say anyway? Oh, I must have dozed off in the sun. I had this weird dream about a drowsy eating my dream. And I learned how to eat dreams. Ugh, this is too spooky. Let me teach it to a Pokemon so I can forget about it. This move can be learned only once. Is that okay? Yes, which Pokemon wants to learn Dream Eater? So I'm not going to teach it to any of my Pokemon just because it's a one-time thing. This is effectively a location-based TM. But just in case you were curious, the way that TM is going to work for you is Dream Eater works kind of like... I'm trying to think. I don't think any of our Pokemon have a move called like Mega Drain or Giga Drain or Absorb. But the way it works is that if a Pokemon's asleep, you can use the move Dream Eater and you'll do some damage. It's a psychic type move. You'll do some damage and then you'll regain some health based on how much damage you do on the Pokemon. So that can be an interesting strategy-based move, but you know, whatever. Also, the potion that was on the other side of this, you were intended to use Cut to get to it quicker than just walking around, but I don't know, it seems pretty particular to me. So, yeah, we're going to head to the next location that requires us to use Cut. So we're going to go ahead and take care of that. And I'm finding a building to enter so I can have a seamless cut. Wow, look at that. We're back in Pewter City of all places. Now, in Pewter City, when we visited the museum, I acknowledged that there was a part of the museum that we couldn't go into because of a tree. So let's go ahead and cut this sucker down and head in here. Let's see what's inside this area for us. The secrets of space, the mysteries of Earth. There are so many things about which we know so little. But that should spur us to study harder, not toss in the towel. The only thing you should toss? Well, how about seismic toss? Should I teach it to a Pokemon? This move can be learned only once, is that okay? So, again, Pikachu and Mr. Mime coming through with a fighting type move. So, seismic toss is a fighting type move. And it's kind of interesting. It basically does damage equivalent to the user's level. So like if you're level 24, it's gonna do 24 damage. So yeah, interesting move. We have 2 fossils of rare prehistoric Pokemon on exhibit. Interesting. I'm gonna get to that guy last. You can't sneak in the back way. Nice try, kid, but no. Oh, whatever. Do you know what Amber is? Amber contains the genetic matter of an ancient Pokemon. There's a lab somewhere trying to resurrect Pokemon from Amber. Well, I wonder what this thing is. Shh, listen, I need to share a secret with someone. I think that this chunk of amber contains Pokemon DNA. It would be a shattering scientific breakthrough if a Pokemon could be resurrected from it. But my colleagues just ignore what I have to say. So I have a favor to ask. I want you to get this examined at a Pokemon lab somewhere. Alstra received the old amber from The Man. The Man by Taylor Swift. So, as that guy indicated, not only do we have a dome fossil that we need to get checked at, not only do we have a dome fossil that needs to get checked out at the research lab in Cinnabar, as mentioned, but we now also have an old amber to be examined at a Pokemon lab in Cinnabar. So, yeah, we have 2 things that need to get looked at now. So, on that note, I will now carry on to the last point of interest. But first, we need to stop at Vermillion for something. Okay, so, there are 2 things I wanted to settle in the Vermillion City area. Also, just wanted to mention, I ran into a Dugtrio that did not let me leave because I had Arena Trap, so Mr. Mime's now level 27. Moving right along from that, here at Route 11, I tried to get something done in a previous episode that fell flat on its face. So today, we're gonna make up for that. If you recall, this aide here said that if I had caught 30 or more Pokemon, he had something for me. But because I didn't catch certain Pokemon before entering Cerulean, which would mean I wouldn't be able to go back to earlier areas, I was short. So I did that while I was in Pewter, and now we have 31 caught Pokemon. So let's see what he has. Hi, remember me? I'm one of Professor Oak's aides. If your Pokedex has complete data on 30 species, I'm supposed to give you a reward. Professor Oak entrusted me with the item finder for you. So Alstra, let me ask you, Have you gathered data on at least 30 kinds of Pokemon? I have. Congratulations, here you go. Item Finder. Spoiler alert. This thing sucks. There are items on the ground that may be hidden from view. Use the Item Finder to detect any hidden items close to you. The machine is a bit limited. It can't pinpoint item locations. What it does is show the direction where the item is. So, yeah. That's that. And this kind of works out because I guess I could mention this while we go on our merry way to the next spot I wanted to highlight in the Vermillion area. The Item Finder is definitely a useful item. It's just the way that they went about integrating it in Gen 3 sucks. I'm not a big fan of it, and I'll get into why. But, really quickly, don't know how I didn't notice, but I forgot to pick up this rare candy. So yes, there was a rare candy there. Sorry I missed it. Anyway, I want to test something real quick. If you recall, I said that there were hidden items in the underground path, but for the life of me, when I tried to go back and get them, I couldn't find them. So if there are hidden items there, that'll be how I demonstrate the Item Finder. If not, then this cut will be straight to our next location of interest. So yeah, that didn't work very well, but we're back here at our next location of interest, Route 5. Now, as we saw earlier, I'm slurring on my S sounds. There was a tree here that was kind of blocking the way to Vermillion City. But yeah, now we can enter Vermillion City without having to go around the guy's backyard. I wonder how that guy felt about that, by the way. Any whoosies. That's not all. There is one last point of interest that we can now access thanks to the move Cut. And that would be over here. Route 9. Coincidentally, Route 9 is also the area that's going to take us to the next part of the game. So, with that said, next time on Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green, we're going to go to Route 9 and progress further into our Kanto journey. See you guys then.